Yoga is an ancient self-care toolkit, and it's been around for over 7,000 years, and it has roots in regions that we know today as North Africa and in India. And we know people don't really talk about that. But what is yoga really? Like, is it just stretching? Is it just poses? Is it an exercise? Or is there really more to this practice? Well, glad I'm here. The word yoga comes from the Sanskrit word yuj, Y-U-J, and it may be pronounced yog, but it means to unite, to join, to attach, to connect with, you'll never guess, your true self, your authentic self, what some call the soul, or in yoga we know it as the Atman, rather than the character you've created in your mind known as your ego. And that's what this whole practice is about. It's taking your intellect, your body, your spirit, and bringing them all together so that there is tranquility of the mind. There's less internal chaos. And when we talk about yoga, many people only think about physical poses or asanas and obvious people. But the real purpose of yoga goes so much deeper than that. The great sage Patanjali laid this out in the Yoga Sutras with what we call 8 limbs of yoga. And it's really just a pathway to liberation. Liberation from the chaos of the mind, from attachments, from desires, from aversions. It's a roadmap to your inner freedom. But the 8 limbs begins with 1 and 2, the yamas and niyamas. I like to think of them as a moral guideline on how to live in harmony with myself. That is, how do I deal with my own mind and my own emotions? And how do I live in harmony with other people who are also dealing with their own thoughts, feelings, and emotions? From there, it progresses into asanas. That's the physical postures. That's the 3rd limb. And these prepare the body for stillness, something we all need more of. And then we go into pranayama, the 4th limb. And this is the breath work that calms the nervous system. Then we take pratyahara. It's like a withdrawing of the distractions of the senses, right? Sometimes we hear things, see things, smell things, and it takes our focus away. And that is when we get into dhyana, the practice of meditation. Well, let me step back. Dharana, which is single pointed focus. Then there's the practice of meditation, dhyana. And that's where we quiet the mind and we stay present in stillness. And all of that, all 7 of those limbs leads to the 8th, samadhi, which is realization, enlightenment, a state of bliss. It's where you experience union of yourself and the divine. I like to think of it as a capital S on self. And now I want to be clear. Yoga is not about spiritual bypassing. I don't care what you see online. It's not about that. And it's definitely not about avoiding life's challenges, because I've faced myself in the worst and darkest ways on the mat. And that's because the practice is quite the opposite. It's about endurance. It's about having focus without interruption. It's about devotion and a sense of non-attachment to the outcomes of whatever you do in this life. It's a lifelong journey of process, of learning and unlearning, all for the goal of renewing your mind. And it's not a religion, but many of its teachings are interconnected with philosophies and spiritual traditions similar to Hinduism, Buddhism, even the African tradition of Kemet or Neterism. I told you it comes from North Africa. All right. There have been black and brown chocolate brothers and sisters doing this for so long. It might just not look like that today. In today's world, yoga is often seen just as a workout. It's a way to increase your flexibility, your strength, your balance. And yes, I promise it can do all of that. I mean, living proof right here, baby, real proof. But the physical benefits are really just a small part of what yoga has to offer. And it's ultimately a pathway to liberation. Liberation from the constant fluctuations of your mind. That's Yoga Sutra chapter 1, verse 2. I'm talking freedom from the attachments, from the habits, from the distractions that pull us away from our most authentic self. And through the practice of yoga, and we're talking consistently, you learn to express your soul, your Atman, your unique self in everything that you do. So the next time you think about yoga, remember that it's not just about poses. It's about internal transformation, personal liberation, and living in harmony with your true self, giving you the power and tools to take care of yourself. It's a practice of union that can lead to deep peace, clarity, and ultimately freedom. Thank you for watching this. If this resonates with you, or you want to learn more about the deeper practices of yoga, I want you to drop a comment below. And if you're ready to start or maybe take your journey to a new level, then I want to walk this path with you. I got a community that I want to invite you to. It's the Sanctuary. You can find that link down below in the description as well, where you'll find people like myself who are practicing yoga, journaling, meditation, all for the goal of becoming our most authentic self and expressing that in everything that we do. Well, I'm about to go teach a class, but I love you. I hope to see and connect with you soon. And until then, know that the light in me, my soul, the unique version of myself in the purest form, it loves, it sees, it honors, and is proud of the light that is inside of you. Until next time, friend. Peace, much love, namaste.